To say if we introduce identity cards, which after all, large numbers of countries in the world have, that this is an authoritarian act is absurd. It is truly absurd.
Lots of other countries do have ID cards, but in most cases they were forced onto the people by authoritarian dictators like Napoleon. ID cards were introduced to Britain during the Second World War. Churchill regretted taking our dearly valued liberties and promised to scrap them once the war was over, but he lost the post-war election before he could, and the incoming Labour government kept them on. The information on the cards shot up, and police began to demand them from people at random. In 1950, Harry Wilcock, an ordinary man from Leeds, took a stand. The police ordered him to show his ID card, but he refused and said, "I am a Liberal and I'm against this sort of thing." He was arrested, but fought his case to the highest court in the land. And as the cards were so hated, he became a national hero. The judge ruled that to demand an ID card from all and sundry has turned law-abiding citizens into law-breakers. The government abolished the cards and gave the nation back its privacy. In Rwanda, the Belgian colonial government introduced ID cards to split up the native Tutsi and Hutu tribes by their physical differences. In 1994, the country devoured itself as the Hutus mercilessly attacked the Tutsis. An ID card marked Tutsi would get you killed at any roadblock. As everyone had an ID card, it made the genocide incredibly efficient, and nearly 1 million lives were taken in only 100 days. The secret police in Soviet East Germany had a file on every man, woman and child, with their history from the cradle to the grave, which were used as a means of control. They couldn't computerize these records, as they didn't have the technology. If they had, it would look like the National Identity Register.
There are distinct advantages in a national identity scheme that could not just help us disrupt terrorists and criminals.
The fact that there was a biometric identity card system in place in Spain did not prevent the Madrid bombings.
We know the bombers were very careful to carry ID. Mohammed Siddiqui Khan actually gave his ID to 3 of the other bombers to carry and made sure it was found at the scene.
The card or the record doesn't have, terrorist stamped on it in yellow. These are just people.
Mohammed Atta showed a perfectly valid passport when he got on board that flight which he later flew into the World Trade Center.